So,
Good evening.
monthly meeting of the Kingston Agricultural Commission. It is now 7:07, calling the meeting to order. Present are Gina Snowman, Karen Johnson.
Mueller.
Roy Santos
Deb, what's her name?
and Beth Corbett, and John Webble as chair.
And we have a couple guests.
We have a couple guests. Good evening.
Hi, you want to unmute yourselves?
Hi, this is Lauren Ide. I'm with the Kingston Farmers Market.
And I'm
Oh.
Liza, also with the farmers market.
Oh, great. Welcome. Thank you. This meeting is being recorded by PAC TV. Anyone interested in making an audio or video recording of this meeting should notify the chair at this time.
The
Right.
farmer's market was really nice the other day. I
Thank
went,
you.
it was very nice. I bought a lot of stuff.
All righty. First item on the agenda is to approve the minutes.
Well, we have
Last month.
visitors, so should we do?
Well, we can call that out of order. I just want to get the minutes out of the way.
Okay. All right.
I move that we approve the minutes for
Yes.
4/11/24.
I second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Let's,
I
we-
don't think this is the most current agenda. I'm sorry. I must not have.
Well,
printed
yeah,
it.
because the farmer's market was on top when you said.
It was, yeah, yeah. So we.
well,
will
that's,
do the
we're gonna do the farmer's market right now.
Yeah.
So ladies, welcome.
It is. full.
We'd like to hear what you have to say about the farmer's market, please. Please give us some information.
We're a once monthly market that runs from May through October. We're the first Sunday of every month at Grays Beach. And we were invited to join, so we're happy to answer any questions you might have or to chat about any topics that might overlap in terms of our interests.
Well, we definitely are very happy that you were able to join. And we're glad to have you in town. Does anyone have any questions?
What time does?
Go ahead.
We missed the music this last time.
We missed our music too. We have a new musician next month, and we're anticipating that our musician who has previously been with us will be joining us later in the season, which is great.
Oh,
We're looking
He
forward to
was
that.
fabulous, yeah.
She's wonderful. She's been with us since the very beginning too. So we have a soft spot for her always, but we're excited to have some new musicians join us as well. We run 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. on that first Sunday of every month.
It was very nice, except I did miss the music.
Is it rain or shine?
Yes.
It's rain or shine. We have occasionally had weather that's been significant enough that we've had to either wrap up early, or I think once in 7 years we might have had to close up shop. But for the most part, the vendors are hardy folks and they batten down with their tent weights and wait it out.
Well, they certainly did for the first one. I mean, it was a cold, damp, foggy day and they were all there, which I really appreciated.
Now, how do you become a vendor?
So we have a website. We have a board of directors that review every application. The application is live on our website. And we're always in the market for farmers in particular, but we do have some limited availability for other categories, artisans and prepared foods. We review every application as a group. We vote on them up or down, and we try to carefully curate so that we don't have a lot of overlap with certain non-farmer categories. But again, we're always in the market for farmers. So if you know anyone with any produce who is looking to participate, send them our way, please.
Okay, I don't know if you saw the Facebook comment from someone who said, well, where are all the fruits and vegetables? And I responded and said, it's a little early in the season, for local fruits and vegetables. It's like.
Our farmers are talented, but they're not miracle workers. So
Exactly.
we had some start, which is great. And we're very happy. Stargazer Hollow has been an excellent vendor. And like I said, they had plant starts last month. I think things are going to get up and running. They've been expanding their kind of setup as well. So we're happy to have them.
Yeah, they have a lot of unusual plants and they were more than willing to explain the plants to you and how you could use them, which I thought was amazing.
Yeah, I've tasted fruits and vegetables from them that I have never, in my 40 years had. So, and they're wonderful. They're really knowledgeable and they're happy to chat with folks about what they're growing, which I think is just it's a great opportunity. When we built the market, we really envisioned it as a place where the community could gather and kind of exchange information and kind of create kind of a town meeting sort of thing. And I think it's really nice to have folks. We have really talented farmers and artists and makers of all types. And it's really nice to get folks together and interacting with other members of the community.
Okay, I think our interest is how can we support you? How can we help promote you? How can we help you get the type of vendors that you're looking for?
Those are our favorite questions to hear. We really appreciate the support. Like I said, if there are farmers or growers that you'd like to send our way, we would love that. We're always looking for volunteers. So we started out as a board of 8 women. We're down to 4. So, and the workload hasn't really changed much. So if folks are interested in helping out and they have a particular talent for social media and they want to pitch in that way, or if they know how to make a pop-up tent work, which after 7 years, I confess, I still struggle with, we're happy to have come do the setup and breakdown with us, or participate in a number of different ways. There's plenty of stuff. And I think we're happy to tailor it to folks' schedule constraints as well as their talents.
Well, great.
And I believe I attended a meeting. It was right before COVID hit. So this was back in the winter of 2020. And at that time we had discussed having members from the Agricultural Commission come and do like an educational series at the farmers market to kind of show what you all are doing within the town. I know that some of those programs have happened through the rec center. So that would be, if you're interested in coordinating that way, that would be something that we would be interested in looking at as well. Because we would love to expand just, that information sharing.
Okay.
Okay, so have you participated at all in our farmers or in our agricultural fair in September?
No, we haven't.
Okay, is that something you would, again, you could just have a little pop-up on the table that explains what you're doing and how people can volunteer to either help with your project or to be a vendor. This would be another opportunity for you to get a little bit of exposure. Not that we have thousands of people that attend, but we did have several hundred this last time. We moved it to the town hall here on the front lawn, which gave us a lot more space, and we had all the parking behind the town hall. Because parking was always an issue previously when we were on the Old Town Green. We're waiting to see how this memorial break, finalizes on the front lawn to be sure we still have enough space. But, I did take the liberty of speaking with many of your vendors when I was there. They seemed to be interested in our agricultural fair. So it was just a one-day, shot. It wasn't a series, because I know many of them are looking for a regular gig. And I said it is at the end of September, which is when a lot of produce and flowers and stuff are winding down. But several of them did indicate some interest. So I'll be including them in my mailing, soliciting vendors for ours. We don't charge anything for people to have an information table. We just need them to register so we can allocate a space for them and include them in our list of who's going to be there.
That's great. I think, please keep us in the loop, and, like I said, we're happy to join if we can make the schedule work.
Yeah, I know we had discussed it last year, and I think all of our children's sports schedules conflicted, so none of us were able to make it. But definitely, once you have a date, we definitely would be interested in trying to make something work.
Okay, well, I think we're going to discuss a final date tonight. Of course, it's all going to have to be approved by the selectmen as to when we can do it and where we can do it. But we try and work around the Patriot schedule too. Is that greatly impacts the participation level. This
And
year we
and
added food
attendance.
vendors too, which I think helped. We had a lot more people come because of food, there were food trucks here too.
Yeah,
Um,
it's nice having the food truck, the Thursday night food truck fair in town because it just expands kind of the food truck base that we have in town because they all have their permits. So that would be, if you're looking for more food trucks, you might want to recruit through those lists as well.
Yeah, I just need to get to one of those events and go around
They have-
begging.
Thursday
got
down at the
two.
Hilltop.
They
Oh,
had
here
two,
you-
they had two at the farmer's market.
Yeah, I'm gonna just throw out tentatively, the date is the 29th of September. That was a tentative date, but we'll finalize that tonight.
Subject to approval.
Subject to, yes, subject to
By the
approval by
board.
the board, yes.
Can I ask what the name of the website is? For the farmer's market?
It's, oh, my son was just looking up for you. It's www.farmersmarketkingston.com.
Is market spelled out MKT?
Yes, market is spelled out.
Farmers Market Kingston.com.
Yes,
And do you have a Facebook page?
yes. We have Facebook and we also have Instagram.
Okay, and Facebook page, is just about Kingston Farmers Market,
It's Kingston Farmers Market Inc.
Inc. Okay,
There's a couple Kingston Farmers Markets. There's one in Washington State. There is one in Australia. There's one in New York and one in Canada, I think. We know that because we've received emails. Vendors looking to join and applications from vendors looking to join. But you should see, we have our logo, the baby blue Kingston Farmers Market logo is on the Facebook page.
okay, do you need more sign locations?
Sign locations?
Mhm.
Yes, yeah, that would be helpful. What we have done in the past is we've had people kind of host a sign for the season.
Mhm.
So that they put the sign out in their yard the week leading up to the market and then take it down.
You've seen them, John?
No?
Yeah, they put them up the week of the market and then they take them down and,
I've never seen
you
it.
know, and that's something that we could do. I mean, you're pretty visible.
Mhm.
You're pretty
Mhm.
visible. I don't know how visible I, where you are, so. But I don't, I'm sorry, I don't.
It's a well-traveled road.
I would love to host a sign. I'm on Grove Street.
Okay,
Not me, I'm on a
all right,
day.
so how would we get, say, 5 or 6 signs from you?
If you want to email us that, like, if you know what addresses, if you want to email us the addresses, my son and I this weekend will make a trip and we'll just stick one in your yard. And then you can, after we have
pull
the
it in.
market next Sunday, you can take it down and store it wherever works for you.
Okay, all right.
And can you just put it up every month?
I'm sorry, say that again?
It's monthly, right?
It's
Yeah.
monthly.
Yep, just
First
take it
Sunday of
back
the
up.
Yeah,
Yes. yeah.
They have beer there.
yeah, I mean, that's
Huh?
that's
Do they
something
have
we could
beer?
do to help them.
Oh, easy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
We don't have beer. We historically had wine, although our wine vendor isn't joining this season. But
Yeah, and there's a,
nice.
we're not able to serve open cup alcohol because we are a farmer's market, so there's state regulations around that.
Okay.
We did previous, as Liza said, we had a wine vendor who sold bottles of wine. And we were looking into having someone come and sell hard cider, but that didn't work out for this season. Next season, we have we are already in talks with a vendor who sells mead, so
okay.
next year, but we'll see.
All right, just a recommendation. You had some really nice, a couple of baked stands. And then the coffee was way down at the other end. And I suggested to that vendor, I said, why don't you talk to them about getting you closer to the baked goods? Because I said, you know, I think that they would complement each other if that's possible, to get them closer. People go, oh yeah, grab a cup of coffee, have a whatever
We have a market basket mentality where we like to force you to walk the entire width to get.
Well, we did.
You see every other item offered for sale.
Yeah,
No, but we'll take that, we'll definitely take that feedback into consideration.
yeah, because I know you want to have something that's really attractive at both ends to encourage people to walk. Okay.
Great. Anything else, anybody?
Do you have an egg vendor? Do you have anybody selling eggs?
Stargazer Hollow had eggs. I think I believe they had duck eggs too this last month. So
Yeah.
and I think that'll change. I think they have a couple of different varieties of eggs as well. So I don't know for sure that they'll have duck eggs every month, but I know that they have, I want to say geese eggs too, or turkey eggs. There was some egg I had not before experienced and I was chatting with them.
Yeah, I'm
Big.
not
They were
sure.
big.
I'm not sure how mainstream those are.
They're apparently better for meringue. That was the information I got. And I forgot the animal that produced it, but whatever, something in the protein egg white makes a stiffer whip. So they were
They need
recommended.
to have a sign that says that. Yeah.
They're great. I'm telling you, they're great ambassadors for their craft because I have learned a ton just in casual conversation with them. So
Yeah,
We're-
no, they were very forward in giving me lots of good information.
yeah.
Anybody else? Thank you very much.
No, thank you.
Great to
Thank
talk
you
to
for
you.
joining us. And if you want to send the email, Lauren and I can deliver signs. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention Lauren's son, Ben, who has been like the unofficial additional board member and chief setter up of tents. So we're a small crew, but we're very happy with the market. So we're happy to help out any way we can.
And we are too.
If you decide you want to do it at the end of my driveway, I have a big, long driveway with horses up the end, so you'd have to put it at the end where the mailboxes are, and that's perfectly fine because nobody will bother it. I had agricultural signs there before. Okay, and
Awesome.
I can take it in.
Thank you.
So we normally meet on the third Thursday. This month we did change it, but our agenda is usually posted at least a week ahead of time. So please, feel free to join us for any meetings. If you want to be back on the agenda, let either John or I know. We can have you on if there's something else you'd like to discuss or ask us if we could help with.
Thank you.
Anything?
No, thank you very much.
All right, thanks. You're welcome to stay for our meeting if you have a few extra minutes.
I have many children, so I am going to see if any of them have a
Okay.
in the other room while I've been engaged. But thank you so much for having us.
Thank
you.
you. Thank you. We'll see you Sunday. Next Sunday.
Yeah.
All righty. Let's see, 2025 budget. I just handed the paper off. We got $1,000. Deb, I'm sorry. I just had one of those moments where everything went.
Do we still have a
Correct
1,000?
pronunciation is Muller, right?
Okay, so we have 900 and we just submitted a bill for 250 for the
For the talk. The
native plant sale. And while I'm on that topic, tomorrow's the last day to order.
I keep saying, I'll do it.
Yeah,
You know myself with the
I know.
computer, it's like.
Yeah.
That was fast.
Hmm?
That was fast.
Yeah, well, it was a 10-day window,
Yep.
14th through the 24th. And I meant to put something on Facebook
Probably
today.
something.
I'll try and get it out on Facebook
I had more in my
tomorrow.
pocket too.
Yeah. So town meeting did approve
Mhm.
our $1,000.
Yes.
It turned out that the same thing happened to the historic Kingston.
Oh.
So they had to get up a town meeting and ask.
Thank
for,
you. Thank you, Beth.
restoration of their funds. So-
Because you're not on the commission to keep an eye on things.
So at least we have that budget. I think the big deal there is whether or not we'll need the majority of that funding for police detail, depending on where we are.
Well, so far, looking out here,
It looks workable.
Yeah.
well, it also, to me, it looks like it's another draw and brings attention to
It could.
Yeah.
to the veterans too. I think it's a win-win all the way around.
Yeah. Yeah, and they'll be putting in sidewalks to make it accessible, which may also benefit us by having a little easier accessibility, because we did get some complaints about people trying to get
Yeah.
on the lawn. you know, if you've got a mobility issue.
Especially if you have a wheelchair or something, the sidewalks would be
Yeah, or
nicer.
even a cane or,
Okay,
you know,
yeah,
you
yep.
know, anybody who has mobility issues, that's a bit of a challenge to get up on the line. It is mounded a bit.
Where are the sidewalks?
I understand there's gonna be, yeah, it'll be kind of
Either
a,
side, kind of an arch
either
thing coming in.
side, leading down to that.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not sure when those will be installed, but that was part of the original design, and I think we're continuing to.
And they're putting something where the dirt is now?
Yes, there'll be pavers there, I believe. They just wanted to fill it in. They just installed those granite,
Yeah,
the granite
Right.
on Monday,
Right.
and there was a big hole there. So I don't know if you saw Facebook, Joe Kasner came and filled it in and smoothed it over, so we weren't falling in a pit on Monday.
When do
So
they expect it to be done?
I think as soon as they can possibly get it done, they're really rushing to get this ready for Memorial Day.
I think the original plan was to have it ready for Memorial Day, but
Um,
like everything else, in a bunch of those projects.
Yeah, but I mean, they've got the majority of it, you know, the etched granite pieces, I think was the big deal.
Mhm.
But it took a lot of work to get the ground ready and then the cement pads and all of that. A lot of it's being donated by local companies to work, so. So hopefully with $1,000 next year, if we don't need it for police details, at least we'll have funding for a
Some more
program.
programs, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
you know, and if there's anything else that we feel is appropriate under programming, we have the possibility of doing it. I think that was my main concern in asking that our budget be reinstated so that we do have a little bit of flexibility to present programming.
First, so, Rudy, you want to talk about it?
It's out there. That's all I'm saying.
Second case in humans today.
Is that right? I didn't
Yeah.
hear
Oh, I
that.
didn't see
Where is
that.
it? Michigan, Minnesota, one of those
Really?
same states. Yeah,
From,
it was another,
Tao?
I was gonna ask. if
it's
you had
another
cows.
agricultural worker, you know, who, you know, they're in there in the middle of it. So,
It certainly is something that the government needs to take more seriously than it is right now.
Yeah, from everything I read, they're not on it at all.
You know, I have read various accounts from the University of Wisconsin, and they're totally ticked off that the government is, their quotation was the government is following this the same way they did COVID. They're gonna wait until it explodes and then pour money into it.
well, I think they are working on vaccines. But as you know, it takes a while
Yeah,
to develop them. And I think they're using some of the same protocol that they used to develop the COVID
mhm.
vaccines. I've been reading quite a few articles. I'm trying not to send them all out to you. But I'm trying to follow what they're up to.
All right. Agricultural programs, anybody got any ideas? Suggestions?
Next year.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
probably for the fall,
Mhm.
don't you think? I'm not sure. what-
Fall
Still have to get.
Going into the, say, late fall, going into the winter,
Mhm,
maybe something before Thanksgiving, but once
Mhm.
that rolls around, I think we need to
Yeah.
kind of pull back until January, February, and March.
Right,
Only because, I don't know about you, but with Thanksgiving and then Christmas.
mhm. Yeah,
everybody's got
people
stuff
have
going
other
on. Yeah, and other
priorities. Yeah.
commitments.
I was thinking maybe it would be nice to have a program early enough in the spring for people who want to try gardening at home.
Yes,
you know,
yes,
vegetable
that would be, if
gardening.
we could find somebody to do like a gardening series or
Mhm.
one or two. It's a garden
Oh, I-
club, would the garden club want to partner with us on something like that?
Possibly. I mean, I'm sure Garden Club has access to presenters. I mean, there's people who do this professionally all the time, go around and do presentations, and there's a long list of people that are available. That's how our Garden Club selects their speakers.
Hmm.
So, But I'm thinking that would be, you know, if we can get it done timely, that would be helpful for people who are looking to try and garden, and we could help promote the, seed library.
Yeah, well, something like that, January, February would be good. Everybody's.
February,
about-
March.
When the seed catalogs come out.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, February, March. I think that would generate a lot of interest.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think that would be a packed house, yeah.
I hope so. I mean, we did really well with the native plants.
Oh, yeah.
You know, we had 60 people.
Yeah.
So it was-
I was so bummed I couldn't come.
And it was well done. I thought
You
you
very-
did,
yeah, she
you
did a
did a
good
great
job.
job
Yeah.
on it.
The other thing to keep in mind is next time I'll have to get the other room where we can line chairs up and everybody can see,
Yeah,
because that was a problem with that.
What, you mean?
we
take
didn't
the-
have people register, so we didn't really know how many.
That
were
is the
Right.
bigger room.
coming.
Well, if you go on the other side of the divider,
Yeah,
you can line chairs up.
oh, they'll let you. take
Yes,
that.
Yes,
Oh, oh,
yeah.
but you can't move the tables.
okay.
right, those are kind of
That's set up for breakfast.
permanently, but on the other side, you can set it up. you know,
Right.
Theater style, so,
Okay.
so I think.
Yeah,
we
because
can
you
easily
couldn't
get-
see from. all the
No,
seats.
well, we-
No,
Yeah.
it was very cozy.
we were in the bleachers with an obstructed view,
Yeah, yeah.
like the old guy.
Yeah.
So I'll inquire about the beginning gardening. And see if somebody at gardening club can point us in the right direction. For that program.
They had a nice sale the other day.
Hmm?
They had a nice sale the other day.
We did, we showed up and you couldn't get to the pond school. They
I
had,
know that.
They had a lot
I
of
was stuck
roads
in
blocked.
traffic.
they were doing all pole installations, I
Yes.
believe, and they had every street to the pond school blocked off.
I was like, I am going. I wanted to go. I am going. I sat in traffic until I got there.
Well,
And then they called me and said, you won one of the
Uh-huh.
raffles. And I'm like, oh no, I have to go back out there.
by the time they were
It
gone.
was, but I
they were
didn't
gone.
know that at the time.
Yeah, no, one of the members called the police department and said, you know, we're having our big annual sale here. Is there any way you can move some of those little orange cones so people can get to us? I mean, we couldn't even get in to work it.
I drove around the clock at the end of the street.
You rebel.
I was like, you know,
So what did you win?
I won the little planted garden that was from the Kingston Flower Shop.
Nice.
It was cute. There was a little dish garden with all kinds
Oh,
of
yeah.
different stuff. Yeah, it was cute.
Nice, nice. We had some really nice stuff this
Yeah.
year and we did pretty well.
Yeah, it was nice.
And all of that is donated either by members or community groups like Sunshine and the Lily Farm on Ring Road. They donated a lot this year. So yeah, it's what we use for our own programming, which anyone is invited to attend, as well as scholarships.
Oh,
You okay?
yes.
Are you playing a poem or just allergies?
No, it's just allergies.
Yeah, so, you know, now would be the time to think of the topics we want to figure out when we want to schedule and get them all in place.
Well, I think
Yeah.
that, you know, the beginning gardening thing would be terrific. Excuse me.
Mhm. Yeah, and the library was really good about putting out gardening books right here, the seed library,
Oh, good.
to encourage people to learn how to do things. But I think to have an expert gardener give you some real easy tips on how to get started would be helpful to some people.
Oh, I'll take all help.
I was
can
gonna say,
Yeah.
anybody.
get. Louis, have you had a chance to talk to the school at all?
In regards,
About agricultural high schools and doing a sort of a presentation? to
yeah,
promote
they
them?
said, I talked to Elliot, he
Okay.
said that they'd be willing to do it, you just have to give them a heads up as to date and time.
Oh, okay.
So I wonder if that would be a good fall program, or if it would be better in the spring, because what are we promoting? Students attending vocational school, the ag schools?
Could be, I know that 50% of the 8th graders applied to go into career.
And thank goodness my grandson got in.
Really?
Oh,
He was
Really?
freaking out that he wasn't gonna get in. It's
Yeah.
very tough.
Yeah, it's tough now.
What do
It
you want to
is.
get
Yeah, the
into?
girl that
Which
cleans
one?
my barn, but she's
Um,
only what, a sophomore, but
Welding or automotive.
Mhm.
He didn't care. I
Yeah.
said, go into welding because you'll make a fortune if you do, if you're good at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah. But yeah, I guess it would depend on what the emphasis is as to when we would want to schedule it.
Yeah, what do you think as far as, you know, for helping kids make a choice? Or just letting them know?
They make the choice in the springtime for the next year, the 8th
Yeah.
graders.
Mhm.
They had to, it had to be done before vacation.
Before the April vacation?
Yeah.
Vacation,
Okay.
So,
So that might be a good March program.
Yeah.
Or, yeah.
what do you think?
And then they just found out like 2 weeks ago.
Is that right? I didn't know. Oh, no.
I've been hanging up. Please let him get in. He's not good at school.
All right. Native plant sale, why don't we move on to that?
Okay. Well, we already talked about the presentation. That went really well. I mentioned that the deadline for ordering with the discount and the in-town delivery is tomorrow, May 24th. I'll try and get a reminder out on Facebook tomorrow morning. There was a little glitch with the online ordering, and I contacted them immediately, and they got right back to me and had it all straightened out, so. If anybody tells you they ran into problems, tell them to try it again, things, that was only like on day 2, I think.
Okay.
So they got that straightened out right away, then I went in, did my order, it went through seamlessly, so. So I will need probably just one other person. I mean, you're all welcome. Come
I'll
down.
help, yeah, no,
Yeah.
I'll help.
It's just for 2 hours. I don't know when they're gonna drop them off. So I still have to
That's what I
coordinate.
need to know.
Yeah, I need to coordinate when they're going to drop them off. And let's hope it's decent weather. If it's gonna be rainy, I'll talk to Paul about maybe
Opening the door.
opening the door. Yeah, yeah. He might not be comfortable with that and liability issues, but.
I have those pop-ups if you want. I've got like 4 of them.
Yeah, we've got pop-ups. We could do that too. I just have no idea what kind of response they're gonna get. I should know by the time I contact them next week to find out when they're gonna deliver them. But
When is
there's-
it, like a Saturday morning?
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
Saturday from 10 to 12. And they'll
Scheduled
come,
after that.
they'll come bundled by the purchaser.
Right.
So hopefully we'll have a list, and as people come in, we'll check it off that they've picked up their plants. I'm gonna ask that we have phone numbers, just in case people don't pick them up, so we can contact them. Hopefully, after next Saturday, that program will be over. And then in June, I'm gonna ask about our produce sharing. I'll get a permission to do that again. And then as soon as we're ready, we need to ask permission to do the ag fair. Once we're absolutely sure of the date and where.
You have to commit to that pretty soon. And so I can actually use some of the stuff on this phone.
My poor phone looks like it's moved through World War III.
I don't know if this one's been pretty good. Haven't dropped it in a while.
I dropped it many times before you got the case.
No salt water?
It's not deep enough that I couldn't retrieve. Um,
Did you want to tell them you're in business for another 10 years?
Oh, got my renewed lease with the town for 10 years.
Well, congratulations.
Yeah, we do that. That's-
Is that a- How does that work? First come, first serve, or
No,
renewal?
no, there's a limited space. There are 3 of us. There's one person who's kind of starting up this summer. And Tom and I have been doing it now for 15 years. So go from the 10th until I can't get in to have a vote.
Do you have to go before a committee?
Yeah, the selectmen.
Yeah, they have authorization to approve,
So
what do they call it?
always,
A lease.
Did they ask you questions? So,
no, it's pretty straightforward. I mean, been doing it. We have a recognized brand, haven't had problems, haven't done anything wrong. So
So I thought it was nice of Mr. Sliver to get up and say there've been no violations, no issues. So it
Yeah.
was pretty straightforward, actually.
agricultural fair. Yes, we'll be,
I'll get Susan to come be a clown again.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
okay.
And what about
great.
music?
Oh, I could see, well,
Do you think?
Papa
he could-
died, but,
Do you think he, for the guy that was gonna do?
oh, no, someone else. Okay, I'll ask him again.
looking at September 20.
Yeah, but. yes,
Yeah, that's what we intended.
Right, but this time he'll know. Yeah,
Okay,
I think he thought, I don't know why he thought that.
the other guy was
Yeah.
gonna have it.
That was partially
Yeah, I
because
didn't know what
Christine's
he was gonna
availability
do.
with the horses.
Yeah.
I think it's better a little bit later like that.
Yeah,
Well,
In September.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only thing is, I looked at the.
Oh, what about the
Patriots
schedule?
schedule. That
Is
was
there a
the only-
game?
There is a game.
What time?
I sent that to you guys. I don't know if I printed it out.
we're doing 1 to 3.
Easy enough to look up.
So we do, yeah, then like Rui said, we
You
do
didn't see it.
1 to 3
What time is the game?
or even 4 if we don't need a police detail. But that's up to everybody else.
Let's see that so I can write it down, so I can order my stuff. I've been dealing with my husband and his teeth for months.
Oh,
They do
gosh.
nothing but that. Don't have details and listen to.
Why don't you just take a picture of it? It's easy.
Huh?
Take a picture of that.
Oh, I'm just gonna write it
Okay.
It sounds like take a picture and then you could have it.
down. But
Make
just
sure
have
this
to
is the
find
right
it.
photos. Right here.
I just have to do the shop online. I'm gonna go up there.
Okay. So
How many
on the
vendors there? do you have?
29th, the game is at 1:05 and they're playing in San Francisco.
Playing at San Francisco.
On the 19th, which is a Thursday, they're playing at the New York Jets. On Sunday, the 15th, they're at Gillette Stadium at 1 o'clock. So we definitely
Yeah,
don't do the
no.
15th. We could probably do the 22nd because there is no football game that day.
At all. Well,
No, they're playing on a Thursday. They're on a Thursday night, so. I'm just throwing it out there. There was a reason why you were thinking the 22nd.
Yeah, I think it was a conflict with
I
Christine.
think it's.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that when the Big E is?
As a matter of fact, I
the
think.
big
it
E
is.
is usually the last 3 weeks of September.
Okay, so maybe the 29th, just keeping in mind that
There's a, that's,
at
Well-
1 o'clock. So,
I think.
Now, wait a
Christine
minute,
is a
1
really-
o'clock, our time or San Francisco time?
well, that's a good question. It just says
Yeah.
1:05 PM.
Oh, good question.
Yeah. Because it,
It makes, and then this would be over and people could go home.
go home, yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't say.
Could have a couple warm-up beers at our ag fair.
Now, we had it.
What day are you looking at?
Didn't we? For
The
truck?
29th.
I was on the sailboat, we had alcohol.
Yes, you did not
Well,
join us last
That's
year.
it.
Well, no, we were sailing after we anchored in the after evening and we had a.
Likely story.
Likely
Likely story.
No.
So I can't
Pretty
tell if
serious
that's,
about it.
they don't say if it's Eastern Standard time,
I'm the young guy
Pacific
too.
time.
Well, I mean, if it's 1 o'clock our time,
Yeah.
then they're playing there at 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
The other way around.
The other way around, it would be 10 AM.
Be
It'd
10.
be 10 AM. Yeah, so I'm guessing 1:05 might be their time,
Because that-
which would then make it 4.
Which would
4 o'clock
enable
here.
them to
Good.
play
Mhm.
4 o'clock here.
Yeah, so that might work.
Yeah, I would doubt they'd have a
So
10
this
AM game.
requires further investigation.
Well, it'd be nice if they just say
Yeah.
Eastern Standard Time or Pacific Time.
Well, plus you need Christine.
We need Christine. The horse is a big draw.
Oh, they are. They
Definitely a big
definitely
draw.
are.
And the minis were a big draw.
She's coming.
Is
She is.
she?
She's coming.
Oh,
I'm sick of
wonderful.
hearing about it. And the bunnies are coming too.
Oh, good.
I already arranged the bunnies.
Oh, great.
People love those stupid bunnies.
Well, you know, what? The kids love them.
Oh my
You
God,
know,
they,
You
because
don't have to worry
they
about them
let
biting the
get
kid or
in with
anything.
the pen and they were
Yeah.
picking them up and they were holding them. Okay,
Oh,
kids
great.
loved them.
Oh, yeah.
And my kids that brought them were delighted. They're like, we never hold them like that. They figured they'd bite us.
Yeah.
It took them an
Yeah.
hour to catch them in the garage. They'll be better prepared this time.
It was
Okay.
a great program. You want to go online and look it up about the Brits and the lifeguards and the horse guards that are the cavalry units that guard the queen and what goes into that. They say it takes 4 years to train the horse.
And all I read about is how the horses bite the tourists.
Oh, really?
They bite
problem
them
with that?
all the time, all the time. People stand next to them. The horse is like gigantic, standing
Yeah.
there, all
Big
big
giraffe
saber
type.
tail.
Nibbles at them, huh?
No,
I'll
grab
put
them
it
by
in-
the ponytails, by the shoulder. I've seen all kinds of
Oh,
pictures.
my God.
Well, they didn't
The guy
show-
just sits there and that's what I would do.
And
I
they-
bet they're trained.
and the guard just sits there, doesn't do a
No.
bloody thing,
I know.
nothing.
No, these were the ones that do the marching.
Oh, these are the
Oh.
ones that are guarding.
I know, these are
The-
these are the horses that are in the.
Yeah.
That change.
Oh, yeah,
The,
they're cool.
they change,
But I didn't realize that they were so nasty. I see it all the time on Facebook.
Wow. I didn't
know.
know they did that.
Nobody's seen
It's funny.
I know. I'm sure they do.
And then that little
I saw a
girl with
couple
the,
people get picked up
wheelchair
at
came
shoulder
up.
chucked.
They aren't that nasty. The little
And
girl.
that hurts. I've had that done.
What?
Yes, I think you
Hurts.
said about every
It hurts.
horse-related injury there is.
Yeah, but then that little girl with the wheelchair comes up and the horse goes, hi. You know, gentle as can be. When those jerky adults come around, call.
Well, I'm never going there.
Um,
well, these horses.
Okay, so I'm planning on sending out the invitations late June, early July with a deadline in early September. So we
Okay.
can arrange
Yeah.
the vendors. So hopefully the vendors that came last year will come again this year. The additional people I talked to at the farmer's market, we may get a couple of those vendors. I am going to look into additional food vendors. If any of you want to help with that, please do. As she said, there's quite a few different food vendors that go to the Hilltop.
That one that was at the farmer's market with the grilled cheese. Grilled cheese
on
and
my
and
list.
blueberries. Are you kidding me?
He's on my
It was
list.
delicious.
Yeah, he's on my list. I thought that would be a nice vendor.
Yeah, yeah,
It was Mother something,
I don't remember.
yeah. I went home and redid our spreadsheet, so I've got everybody on there with all the contact info. Makes it easy to send out the invites. So, yeah, I thought he was,
Very good.
yeah, I thought that would be a top contender for vendors. And then we have to figure out location for the vendors, because there was some concern that they weren't visible, but I don't know where else to put them to make it safe for people to.
Right.
To go to them.
I
I
think
thought
some
the
of it
walking
could be over
around-
here and over there instead of back there.
Debbie.
You know, maybe just like.
A little closer to the
across
road,
from where
you
the
know, where it
dogs
is.
were,
Mhm.
Maybe,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and to know kids like them. Seriously. And over on this side,
Well, this side has that pavement on the side that has it like, I don't know how many spaces, but it looked like
Yeah.
maybe 7.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I-
Now, I know, Crooked Barn Flower Farm needed to have their car there because they had the flowers refrigerated in the car. They had the air conditioning going. They need to keep them refrigerated. So they needed their car right there. But other than that, I can't think of anybody that really needed.
And, because it's all paved there, which is
It
what
is,
they
yeah.
wanted.
Right.
And people have to drive by it to get to a
Right.
parking. space.
But what amazed me is people saying, well, we didn't see the food trucks. And I'm going, well, where did you park? I mean,
Exactly.
you had to walk by 'em.
You gotta go buy them,
You had to
So
go
where
by
were the food trucks last year?
right here.
Right
They
up-
were
right
back
up
up
to
to-
it.
Oh,
Yeah, we
okay.
had them pulled up to the sidewalk in the back there,
Yeah.
Okay.
so people could stand on the sidewalk to order. I didn't want people standing in the parking lot.
Okay.
That was a concern. of
Uh,
mine,
it's-
though. I think it's illegal to block the handicap spaces.
I agree. So we
And you
need to
did
make
do that.
provision for handicap,
Um,
yeah.
We had more room. I was on this side
Mhm.
and we had more room on the, on the
A
end.
lot more. room.
Yeah, we were all
Because I
spaced
would-
out.
I even parked my truck there and there were at least 2 other
Oh,
vehicles.
there was a lot of room. over
Yeah,
So we
yeah.
could have utilized
we could
that.
use
So
that.
did you block that driveway and use that as an entrance?
Yes,
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah. So some of the money we still have, we need to, for this year, we could spend that on signage.
Well, okay,
Because-
we have some
well-
parking signs too.
Right, but we're gonna need, like you put up a sign, restrooms and food. You did that on your own, I think. So we need a couple of signs that say restrooms, food,
Food, yeah.
yeah.
That would, yeah, people, you use those.
Hmm?
You
How
could
many?
reuse those.
Yeah,
once in
I
a
changed
while.
mine to be using, well, no, the
Yeah.
ones that were on the side of my house.
I'd like to
Up
get
to
a few more signs out in the community,
Mhm.
different spots. How many did we have last year, John? You know, the little ones on the wire.
I don't know, but I have them in my barn. So.
You know, so do I.
I think we should have at least 20 or 25 of them around town.
Yeah,
Did we have one going in and out of Big Y?
no, we didn't.
Mm-mm.
That's a good place to put.
We should have one there.
Yeah,
think
think-
we've
Matter of
got
fact, we should have 2
a dozen
One-
signs, so I
one,
think.
um,
we
Oh,
need
yes,
to
you can
get
have
another
just one.
dozen.
and one on the other end, so.
yeah.
You have to
So we need
stop
to get-
at the end of the entrance.
Right.
And you pretty much have to stop in line to
Right.
get the
we need to
lights
get a,
going out.
Exactly.
some little numbers to change the dates on
Mhm.
last year's.
Mhm, mhm. Okay,
And just the Patriots game on the 29th is at 4:05 PM.
okay, great.
Oh.
So that
So
worked
that's
really
good.
nice.
So it's 4:05, so that
4:05.
Yeah,
out there, so it's not even gonna impact us at all.
right,
That's it.
right.
No. It'll give people,
Who
time to
who makes our signs? Is it,
sign in. It's been really good to us about making signs.
okay, here's a heads up from Sign Ring that I found out when I had some signs made. You can get the standard wire ones,
Mhm.
but they don't last.
No, they
Is
don't.
that, but there is a heavy duty Y one, this,
Mhm,
that I don't know if you have to pay more for it,
probably.
but it's much thicker
Mhm,
and it doesn't move.
Okay,
So you can ask them for the
Well,
heavy sign.
yeah, we'll get a price for both.
okay. Well, we've got money, John. We're gonna end up with $650 that we're handing back.
Has to be spent by when?
June 30th.
All right, so we've got time to spend it.
That's one of my things about bureaucracies. I
Mhm.
don't think it's a crime to handle.
It's not, but I'm saying,
But-
John, that
but-
allows, if we use
Yeah.
next year's money,
Well, that leaves us money for programs.
that's right.
Yes.
If you don't
That's-
use the money, they give you less the next year.
Well,
Yeah, but
it's
see,
not
that's
so
the
much
problem.
that, but, you know, we don't know what expenses we're gonna
Mhm.
have next year. And I would hate to start off the year a couple hundred in the hole already, you know,
Okay.
that's my philosophy.
You know what else we need? The banner that we use,
These,
that I put up out here
Yeah.
is about, I don't think it's as long as this table.
no, we
It's-
need a
it's
new
sh-
banner.
Yeah, we need a banner. And we have to ask them to, one that's made to last.
Mhm. Yeah. And that could run us a couple of $100 just for the banner.
Do you know how long it is? How long was
And
it?
all it has to
15
say
feet?
is.
18 feet long?
Oh, I'd have to go, it's rolled up and in my barn.
What we need to do is have a place to hang it. That's the problem.
Mhm.
Well, last year it was out front here because I put it up.
Mhm.
Right.
But there was a thing to hang it on. I'm not sure there will be this
Well,
year.
you
What- what-
provided it, right?
Yeah, I provided it. I took a couple of old turkey holes
Mhm.
and put them in the ground.
Mhm.
And they have U openings on each side. So if you put them in the ground, you can get wire or whatever and secure them, as opposed to a regular fence post where things slide up and down.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So I'd be more than happy to run
And
them.
you didn't hit a sprinkler, right?
No. Okay, so we've got some expenses, and some things we need to do to prepare for that.
You know what? Ask Jeff. I think it's Jeff, at Sign RM. For what he recommends.
Well, I want to take a look at, last year's signs worked out pretty good. They had the information on them and they were pretty straightforward.
And as long as there's not too much information, driving around this last election season.
Yeah.
I don't know who designs these signs. They're not readable. If
No,
you can't read
not-
it going by at 25, you're not gonna read it going by at
Mhm.
35 or 40.
That's right.
So it has to be very straightforward, very simple, not too much detail. Ag fair, date, time, place. That's about,
That's pretty much what we did with the last
yeah,
ones.
yeah.
I liked last year's sign.
I thought they were.
Yeah.
I did too.
Yeah.
I had two. I had one at the end of my driveway and one on, in the little island, down
Mhm.
where Lake Street and Grove Street
Mhm.
meet, but somebody
Ah.
took that one.
Oh, right.
That's a good one. That's a
Well, I
good
went to
place.
go get it and it was gone.
Oh.
So I don't know
Oh.
who took it, but, so I don't have
I
it.
didn't
Well,
take it.
Yeah, I can tell you I lost a lot of political signs. Yeah. One way or another, they disappeared.
Just like that, huh?
Yeah,
Well, that was a good place to put it. too.
Yeah,
it is.
that's a great place.
Yeah, high traffic
So,
area is really where you want it.
In regard to the high price signs, I think we ought to go with the less expensive ones, just because they get stolen.
Yes, yeah,
We get 3 or 4 years out of them, then we can replace it.
right.
Well,
Because
the
we
only
have a
good thing
different
was
one.
it was there until the day after the fair
And then it disappeared.
and then it disappeared. So I
Oh.
just think it's one of you guys took it because it was there until and because I saw it the day before, and then I went back to get it and I was like.
Okay.
huh?
You know where else we should go? The Captain Jones Drive. Where everybody cuts through from one.
Oh, yeah.
To 27,
Oh,
where those
Oh,
people are going bull, I mean.
Oh, I
Yeah.
hate that.
Done.
Oh,
I remember
that
he
road.
told me it was not, it was not gonna be a throughway. I'm like,
yes, it is.
does the
It's a
town
public-
plow it?
It's
No,
a
it's
public,
awful.
it's a public
Yep.
road.
And the fire
Build
department said, we're in favor of it because it enables us not to have to make a wicked
Oh,
swing.
horrible turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if they've got a ladder truck, they
Oh.
have taken the turn at Cumberland Farms.
Yeah.
So let's back up a second here.
Mhm,
I think we're gonna vote
Thank
tonight
you for
on the,
Chelsea.
on the ag fair
You
date.
will?
mhm.
Thank you for Chelsea.
Does it-
I make a motion, we vote on the
I
ag
had
fair.
it delivered to my house.
Night.
Date.
Date,
Second,
For the 29th of
September,
September.
from 1 to 3 o'clock.
1 to 3?
Yeah,
1 to 4?
We go to 1 to 3, but
But, yeah.
if we get
1 to
enough.
4. 1 to
1 to
4.
4.
We can hang around. If there's a lot of people there, we're not gonna leave.
Yeah, but 1 to 3 is so.
okay, 1 to 4.
1 to 4.
Yeah, I think the other reason people dropped out last year because there was a storm coming.
Yeah.
It was.
Big storm.
Yeah.
Like the one we had this morning.
Of
Yeah.
which I was standing
know.
out taking down a tent while it was pouring
Yep.
rain.
You were.
All right, we have a motion. A second, please.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so it's 3-0.
Carries unanimously.
Okay.
Do we have to make a
Yeah, we have
motion
to-
as to where we're gonna have? it?
We have to get-
We have to ask the selectmen.
Yeah, we're hoping to do
Right here.
that here, but we have to get permission. Did you want to make that a motion?
I would like to make a motion that we ask the selectmen for the use of the townhouse property lawns, greens.
Front lawn.
Yeah, the
Well,
property.
we'll
Well,
use
actually,
the
you want
side.
the side
Oh, yeah,
too.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah, just say property, because then, we also use the restrooms.
That was the.
All in favor?
Yeah.
Oh, no, second, please.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. So we use the restrooms that were in here.
Yes,
No, that's a given, then, it's a place.
it makes it a lot easier.
Certainly better than porta potties.
Mhm. Yeah, or trucking up to the font school and back.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, and then did we want to authorize expenditure for signs?
You know, we should,
Ask somebody besides John.
we need to find out how many we got in the barn,
I'm gonna,
to see
Well,
how.
why don't
I'll
we,
ask my friend Swifty, because I found out he's still doing signs, but who should I have in contact? You guys, because I don't really know, I don't know what I want to tell him, but if I can have him contact one of you guys, maybe,
yeah,
it'd just be another option on
you
signs.
can, you can.
He may not be able to do it for the price that the other people are doing it for, but
Yeah.
Sure,
it's worth
check with
investigating.
me.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so now our next meeting is not until June 20th, which it really cuts us short to get signs made and paid.
We
for,
can,
so.
if we can agree tonight, if we can agree tonight, I can look at your signs.
Yeah, just
We
come by.
just need a motion to get,
To authorize up to a total of,
That's it, up to
up to.
Yeah.
What's the number?
20?
200?
20.
well, you don't know, are we including a banner?
I hadn't planned on it.
And we,
Wanna
and
look
we
at
need
the old-
some numbers to put on the old ones.
We do, and then
Yes.
we need some additional signs for food and bathrooms,
Yes,
so.
I have 2 for restrooms, 2 for food vendors,
Mhm.
and I don't know whether it's necessary to have food trucks also.
Just say
Please.
food, as long as. it's
What
food,
entrance and exit?
'cause,
We've got entrance and exit
Food
signs.
and, or food and drink.
yeah,
How about just food vendors?
that's fine,
Um,
one on either side.
And then we can make copies of the last year's signs.
Mhm.
And let's see how many you have. So
Well, why don't you authorize up to 500, and then if you don't need it, you don't need it, but that way you don't get cut short. What's the matter?
500 signs or
I'm looking at his
$500?
face spending money on that.
Huh? $500 total.
He can't
Let
even
me-
write it down.
just give me a second to process this. I'm trying to remember what the price was last time.
I don't know.
Probably about $20 for each.
They
of
were
those.
about $20 for a sign. So
Did that include the stand?
yes, and I have some stands too, some extra
Okay.
stands.
So if you get a dozen, that's
So
240
that's-
right there.
that's-
And then you've got those other 4. So
And you need numbers to go on
Alright.
the old signs.
$500.
well, you need a motion.
I wish to make a motion that
To
we
authorize.
authorize $500,
Up to 500.
up to
Not
$500,
to exceed.
not to exceed $500 for the signs
For
announcing
signage.
the egg fair.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Are we pushing you beyond your limits?
We
John?
are. He's
I-
having a hard
I'm a
time.
taxpayer. I don't want to spend money.
I don't either, but you know what? This is about the biggest thing we do.
Yeah.
And if people don't know about it, what good is it? You
And they
know?
had so much fun last year.
Yeah,
yeah.
it was.
Everybody
very
that was
A lot of fun.
came, just loved it.
Yeah.
So what do you have left in the budget?
If we do that, we would have 150.
To give back.
That's good.
To give back.
Well, did you
I
say
have to
that?
confess because I went through this before in a previous job where the last minute spend every cent you got. And I always thought it was a horrible thing to do.
Except I told you, John, in our agency, they doled it out a little tiny bit at a time. We never had quite enough. And because Congress always takes 6 months to approve your next budget, we had no money for 6 months. So we had to spend our we saved it up to the end of the year and bought 6 months worth of supply because otherwise we wouldn't have had any supplies. That was
Yeah.
our agency.
Okay.
I know it may have been different other places, but we were very frugal.
So am I.
Yep.
I know.
Is it a bad thing?
No, it's not.
No.
I'm the same way.
No, and especially when it's not our
I'm not
money.
frugal, I'm just cheap.
All righty. The AgCom meeting. We're gonna, do we want to try to host that?
Yeah, I thought we had previously said. were
We
gonna do
talked
that.
about it, yes.
And that was gonna be in February.
That's probably a good month.
Yeah.
You know, everybody's kind
Yeah. So do we want to pick a date or just wait?
of,
Because I probably wouldn't send those invitations out until maybe November or January. We could wait till beginning of January.
I think it'd be better in January, don't you? Because
Yeah,
people will
beginning
be
of
done with all
January.
their stuff.
I
Otherwise,
agree.
they'll just tuck it away.
Right,
So
it'll
it
get
was fine.
lost in the
Yeah.
holiday
so
stuff.
with the holiday.
So early January. So then
So
when do
let's-
we want to do it? Like, do we want to do it during the week, right? The weeknight.
Yes,
So do we want to do like, Tuesday, the 25th, Wednesday, the 26th?
Do we know
Is
what nights the, town, the, whatever it is? the
Council on
senior-
Aging.
Senior
Yeah,
Center
we
has
can-
programs?
Pretty much. I can check on that, have a date for you next meeting.
Because I'm sure they have programs at some.
Fewer in the evening, because the library isn't using it anymore.
Oh, okay.
why not? They're using,
They're using the Adams.
huh? Okay.
So we'll tentatively plan on February, and then we'll figure out a date that the room is available,
So John is gonna,
and I'll check that.
now for that, we will need to have them open up that curtain.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, we
We'll
can
work-
use the tables,
We'll work that out.
right?
Good time. I can run to the bench room. Excuse me for a second.
You can find me.
While he's gone, let me just mention that, well, he's the only one that Beth, you expire.
Oh, I got my letter just the other day.
Yeah,
Yep.
and Don and I both expire. So John's the only voting member whose term expires. And
When
then
did mine? I thought I was 20.
I've got you down for 25,
Oh, okay.
so you're good for another year.
Mhm.
And then Christine, where's Barry? Okay, and Karen, you're all in 26. So ours are 1 year at a time.
Right,
That's why it
yeah.
comes up every year.
So
I'm like, what's
when we do
this?
the Plymouth County thing, it might be good to have a program on, the bird flu.
Well, that, or we had talked about having, the guys from Duxbury with their
True.
Yeah,
thing coming. We could do both. I mean, we could have
The
them,
bird flu by then may be just totally out of control.
yeah, we don't know. And who would you recommend? Could we get somebody from the state to talk about it?
It's tough getting them to come.
Really?
Yeah.
Unless they
No,
want to
Debbie-
expect you.
Debbie,
Well, Megan.
yeah, Megan, I'm sorry, Megan Graff is
Mm.
probably the
put on
only
their little
one.
white
But if
boots.
she
is
knew-
the only one.
Yeah, but if she knew.
I
it was
think.
all
I
the
mean,
I hope she knows more than
icons.
she used to, because when she came to me, after having Alex out to my house, Megan Sylvester, or is this a
No.
different Megan? Oh,
No, and she's just poultry, and I think she's a smart cookie.
oh.
Yeah, I
just
think she's-
posted, Okay.
Right. And if she knows it's all the icons from Plymouth County, don't you think that would, you could put that on her schedule? No?
We could ask.
Mm.
We could ask.
I mean, we're talking about something that's really serious.
Mhm.
And who should be talking about it, but somebody from the state, I think.
And it's
I
gonna
mean,
keep
what's
coming
the
back
re-
no matter what.
What's the
Even both ways.
reluctance to talk to people?
Well,
Well,
they're
yeah.
coming out at night.
So,
Yeah,
what?
yeah.
Isn't that
Where
part
does she
of
live?
their job?
I
Where does-
don't know.
Where does she live?
I don't know. She works in Boston. I mean, she
Yeah.
travels all over the state for work.
Yeah.
My
So-
guess is that she's a one-man band,
Yeah.
Well, that
So-
could be,
so,
Yeah.
her time is limited.
right?
She may have other things
Well, maybe if I could run it by her. I mean, she does, I will say, like, when I sent her an email the other day, I sent one, within 15 minutes, she picked up the phone, and called me.
Yeah.
I just thought that was really nice.
It really.
Wow.
So if she's not interested, maybe she could suggest someone who might be.
Right,
Oh, we could go back to the Duxbury.
yeah, but I
Yeah.
thought it might be nice to have a couple.
It might be
might,
nice to have a couple.
It might.
So what else are we?
Well,
Did we spend any
just-
money while I was gone?
Yeah, I
Just
wish.
Why did you expire this year?
I've already sent the letter.
Okay, all right. And we were talking about.
And it
programming
costed money.
For the, ag.
Didn't know I, really I get paid, did you?
No.
I'm sorry, what was
The
that?
programming for the ag, Plymouth County Ag meeting.
Are we gonna have more than one speaker? Is that?
Well,
what
we were thinking, since the bird flu seems to be a pretty hot topic at the moment, now who knows in February, but I'm guessing it's not gonna go away anytime
It's probably a full-blown epidemic by then.
soon.
Mhm, That's what I thought.
Yeah.
So if we could get somebody from
it's
the
fun.
state to talk about it, it
Right.
might be very interesting.
Right,
I
You
think it
know?
would be really interesting, especially since chicken pounce at my house is coming along.
how many hens are you gonna host?
I prefer zero because I like going to Rui's and buying my eggs. but The boss wants a half a dozen. So we're working toward that goal.
Oh,
Well, you have to buy them six at a time anyway.
that's nothing.
It's nothing.
That's exactly right.
I've
That's
had,
nothing.
I've had 7 for 8 years. And they're starting to lay 6 a day. I mean, they're a miracle chicken.
Yeah.
What do they-
Wow.
They're Polish trusted. They're not supposed to be like an egg layer, but
They
they're
are.
they're laying like crazy.
They're happy.
They're happy.
Yes.
All right, so here's a picture of a chicken coop on wheels. that I
Oh,
saw.
nice.
Chicken
Yeah.
Tractor, yeah,
Yeah,
nice.
can you,
I've seen that.
Yeah, they have those chicken factories over on 106 across from.
are they this big?
They're pretty big. They're round
Okay,
and they
Was it-
pull them in that big field where they used to.
Wasn't that, I thought they were pigs. and-
Oh, a
Well,
nice
they're
field.
pig, and
El
then-
Nice Field,
El
yeah.
Nice Field. Yeah, they have chickens over there too. They have meat
Mhm.
birds.
but is that what your palace looks like?
No, mine's a, it isn't a movable structure.
Oh, it isn't?
It's got electric doors that open.
It does, it has one of those little automatic doors.
Velvet line nests.
Yes, it's got runoff for the water and, you know, so that it doesn't. I mean, it's
Automatic feeders.
It's
and water.
wonderful.
Yeah.
It's a
It's
wonderful.
been inspected by Rui. Yeah.
So it's passed and
Surprise
mustard.
inspection, yeah.
Alright. Okay, so Deb, if you're willing to ask her,
Okay, yeah, I'll ask her.
tell her it'd be late February. As far as we know,
Yeah, late February is probably.
all we can hope for is that we don't get a huge snowstorm.
We could use a snowstorm. It'd be
We
kind of
could.
fun. We haven't.
We haven't had one for years.
You don't have a big, long driveway.
Yeah,
Did you put a snowplow on your Jeep?
Well, no, not on my Jeep. Have you seen my new Jeep?
Another new Jeep?
I got a new Jeep the other day.
Holy
Wow.
smokes.
Is it what's out there?
What color?
Yeah,
What color is it?
white.
White.
It's a hybrid.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Yeah. You wouldn't believe what they're doing with the incentives to buy a hybrid.
Oh, yeah.
I can't afford that Jeep. Yeah, you can. Let me talk to you.
Wow, nice.
The lease
Nice.
went away on my other one, so
Wow,
I love it.
nice.
Yeah.
It's 28 miles to the gallon.
Wow.
And I don't use gas, so I don't know how they figured that out, but it says it right there on my dashboard.
So it must be true, right?
It must be true.
I'll check with it. Just to backtrack, I'll check with the council on aging, just looking at my notes. I'll look at the signs, Rui, I'll get it. I probably have 1 or 2 of the ag fair signs.
And I have one.
Um, So I'll see what they look like. Do you agree that last year's sign was appropriate?
Yeah.
You like the design? Yeah. Okay. You don't have to redesign it.
I need to change the colors a little. It's kind of pinkish.
Yeah.
I'd like to go to a brighter red.
Yeah.
More true red.
Or a true red, yeah. Anything else? Sea library, any other agricultural issues?
Can I just share, I sat in on a Radcliffe webinar on farming and methane. And believe it or not, they're trying to do genetic modifications to reduce the amount of methane that's released.
Oh, I read that somewhere.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're experimenting with sheep and cattle. They're looking for 11 to 26% reduction in methane. They're also looking at feed additives, DNA sequencing, changing the food type and the amount, making animals more productive to reduce the number of cows needed. So if you have a herd of 150, maybe you only need 125, that sort of thing. And they were talking about how farmers can get this program that computerizes the feeding for farmers, and it's in multiple languages.
You've had that.
Hmm?
They have computerized feeding.
Do you?
No, I don't,
Okay,
but they do.
they do.
And the
they-
cow goes, and if the cow's already eaten, they won't give it any more food
Anymore.
either.
Yeah, because they're all wearing collars.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cow, and it's all
Yep.
programmed to the calls.
So when they get the milk, they want to get milk, they're going to get milk. You don't need, it's like all automatic. It's cool.
Yeah, yeah.
In
So they,
Pennsylvania.
yeah, they were saying that sheep and pigs, produce, yeah,
Cows like grass, they like wool.
yeah.
Mhm.
So sheep and pigs produce the most methane from their manure.
Is that right?
And it must be a matter of what they eat and how it's metabolized and all of that. Then they talked about anaerobic digesters, because I know there's
Mhm.
some farms that are trying to use those, but it says while it reduces the methane, it increases other pollutants such as ammonia.
Mm.
So.
For those
And-
digesters,
Mhm.
that they can use for fuel, get off gas for fuel.
And,
seen
and
those.
the one thing they said is they just need faster approval through the FDA to implement some of these
Mm.
ideas. So I thought it was interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it's really cool. And that's why I have a friend that does that. That's why I know that.
Mhm.
Really
Yeah, I
neat.
know they're trying to encourage more farmers
Yep.
to get involved with reducing the methane and using anaerobic digesters. Because that seems to be one of the biggest sources of methane.
Ammonia, boom.
To change the urine.
Yeah. Are you going to?
Anything else?
Do you have a report, Ms. Deb?
Oh, I thought Deb did it when I was gone.
Oh,
No,
I'm
I
sorry.
am
She
official.
didn't want you to miss it.
I have my certificate appointment. I am good through April 30th, 2000.
You're official.
I am official.
Again, official.
Oh, exactly. Good job.
And I did, and I didn't think about it till I was driving here tonight. If you would like me to, I'll print out all the information, that the state has the PDFs that they have, and I can bring it to a meeting and see if there's something that you would like on the website.
And what's this PDF on? What's it about?
Mostly I'll do bird flu
Oh, bird flu.
and poultry management, that kind of stuff. I didn't think of it until tonight, but I
Mhm.
can easily do that, and you can see if there's something you like.
Okay.
to-
Because I think what we have on the town website right now, they come from.
I think it's
the
good
state.
too, yeah.
Yeah, but if there's an update, we should get that on the website.
So I'll just print them out,
Okay.
whatever they have. Okay. Oh, because I did call Megan and ask her, somebody I thought I had in my mind had told me that there was a video on it. And so I had asked somebody else at the state and they didn't know. And so I finally emailed Megan and I said, is it me? Apparently it is me.
No. Apparently it is, because she didn't know of any videos out there
Yeah.
on the bird flu, so I'm looking, but it's not there, but I will print out the information that they have.
Should we plan on a date for next month's meeting?
It would be the 20th if we stick with the third Thursday.
6:20.
How does that work for everybody?
Fine for me.
6:20, you said?
If, down?
It goes away. It goes away on my-
Even when it's written down, half the time I forget to look at it.
Put it in your phone.
6:20.
Yeah, you can mosey over there and get your dinner at the food trucks and solicit a couple of them to come to our ag fair and then we can have our meeting. They have the food trucks on Thursday night.
On Thursday at the Hilltop, yes.
Yeah.
yeah.
So have dinner, get a couple vendors interested and come over for the meeting.
And,
Poor John, I'm gonna get him more gray hair.
Holding up well under
it's
this.
falling out now. Love more gray hair. Anything else? Motion to adjourn?
I'd like to make a motion to adjourn the agricultural meeting.
1 second.
All in favor?
I know I can't say that, but I do anyway. It sounds like more people.